Hello, guys. Hello. My god, my throat's a little bit clogged. Good to see I'm alive. Hello. Are you sick? No, it's just for some reason my throat's been kind of full of mucus. I don't know why. Nice to see you again. Thank you, guys. I took a break from just like YouTube for a bit because I was kind of overwhelmed. Uh, it, and oh, let's play RuneScape. I literally RuneScape AP. I've never played RuneScape, but thank you for the $5. Uh, Paintings in the background are really pretty. Yeah, those are my oil paintings that I worked on a month or two ago. But I've decided that I will move, like, I'm just gonna move back to my grandparents. So right now I'm at my grandparents' house. I'm in the basement. So I guess I'm back to being a basement dwelling NEET. Um, but yeah, being in my apartment, it was really stressful to be there because it was like, yeah, there was just so much stuff happening at once, and I just always felt perpetual burned out. So I just go back to my grandparents. It's not as bad as it used to be because my mom doesn't come around and cause drama, so she's just doing her own thing. I don't think she'll bother me, so that's fine, I guess. Last time I talked to my mom in person, she said she wanted to sue me or something. Uh, it was a little weird, but yeah, I'm just here at my grandparents, sort of eating good old Cambodian food, and yeah. Welcome back, Dingus. Gotta love parents. Your mom sounds goofy. She is goofy. She is maybe a bit more than goofy. I don't know. She's kind of scary. While keeping the streak of not announcing streams, I see. It's just a thing I do now, I guess. Good, glad to see you're in good spirits. Glad you're right. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I was just taking my time, just trying to work on some artwork and figuring out like what I enjoy again. I've been trying to just calm down. Um, I've been playing like games. I've been playing like League of Legends. Yeah, I stopped streaming to play League of Legends, guys. It's Joe over. It's literally Joe over. The showers have left the chat. Guys, no, I swear. Damn, League of Legends is quite the mental health move. I'm coughing down by playing League, huh? League, shower now. I literally just showered, guys. I swear, I literally just got out of the shower before I went downstairs. Also touched grass. I went camping last weekend, so I did get my handful of grass. I essentially just I'm essentially just doing like rehab because yeah, I got the stress just gets really bad, especially when it's like I have issues like uh they raise my rent again, and then things just keep getting more expensive. I can't go outside because it's too dangerous. Um, it's really hard to meet people. It's just lonely as shit. And it's like, and I have to do a bunch of other stuff like cooking and cleaning just to exist. And on top of like doing YouTube and art and stuff, it's just a lot. It's just too much to work with. Damn, how much is your rent now? $3,000. Well, I still technically have the apartment until August, so I have to pay for it like for a couple months. But I just back at my grandparents because it's like it was just too much being there. And although it's like being around my family is kind of toxic sometimes, not it's not just the toxic as in, oh, my Asian parents, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my Asian mom, she's so misunderstood. No, it's more than that. Like, my family's all sorts of fucked up that I couldn't really even explain online. Um, maybe I probably shouldn't even explain online. Um, but, like, at least my parents don't really, or my mom at least, doesn't bother me here. She's just doing her own thing, it seems, so it should be fine. She's worse than stereotypical. The thing is, my family, they're not like tiger parents. They're not tiger parents, but they're like not good. That's the issue. Like it's not like the I don't like my parents like in the Asian sense, but like there's more to it, but obviously. Um what else? I don't know. I just been having like food. I don't have to cook cuz my grandma cooks and she cooks well, so that's good. And I could just focus on my art and like um hi watching from prison. How the hell are you watching from prison? Out of all things you're gonna do in prison, you're gonna like watch some e-girl online. Grandma's secret recipe. Time well spent. At least in prison you don't have to pay rent. What about moving to somewhere cheap? Well, that's why you would just go to Japan. I'm planning on going to Japan of like sometime soon, but yeah. I mean, I could still technically afford the rent. It's just it's literally just like it's literally just like it's not nice to live there. It's like the crime rate in that city has just gone up so much. So, yeah, it's really dangerous. Like there's been a lot of stabbings, like even more. Just it just keeps ramping up. And so I really just don't want to be there. And it's also dirty and not very nice to be in. It's pretty ugly to be around there too, so it's not enjoyable at all. Are you in Gotham City? It honestly feels like I could be in Gotham City, but it's like when you live in a place like that, it's just so stressful, especially when you have to balance so much. It's like, why am I making money to live in like the shitty place like that? That's what it feels like, you know? any huge American city. Honestly, true. American cities are something else. I went to New York once, and yeah, it did look like Gotham City. Actually, I think Toronto looks more like Gotham City. I'm not sure actually. Maybe New York looks more like it. Living in New York is pretty shit, can say. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, New York has more opportunities at least, but like it's the air was so bad. 久しぶりまだ日本語読めるもちろんよ Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Downtown Miami is full of tweakers. Even like where I was, I saw, you know what happened? Like, I saw in the downtown area in my city before, like, there was just a guy just completely fented out, like, kissing someone's stairway. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I can't take this anymore. I'm just done. I'm leaving. You know what? Sounds like a good time. And it's just like you just hear the constant stabbings and they're becoming more frequent and more just random, like in malls and just randomly in the streets. So I'm just like, ah, you know what? I'm done. I ain't paying like 3,000 a month to live in that. For real, I have that exact chair. It's pretty comfortable, to be honest. I got it at Staples. Is anyone else intrigued by that giant duster? It's my secret weapon, guys. Doesn't sound like it's worth the cost. It's not, especially because there's nothing to do in that area. Like, it's expensive, but there's nothing to justify how expensive it is. I mean, Ottawa is also expensive too, but it's like at least at my grandparents', it's like I can just exist here, and it's pretty much the same thing, except it's safer here. Um, yeah, New York is not worth it. I didn't even live in New York. I don't live in New York. Stabby McStab just moved to Japan. I'm going to move to Japan. I do plan on it. It's a lot cheaper there, so and it's safer. So it's literally everything I'm looking for. Have you ever gotten diagnosed for depressions? Yes, I've been diagnosed since I was like when I was like a teenager. I got diagnosed with major depressive disorder. And my depression has been on and off depending on the situation, but I've always found that like depression is very situational, like because of I get depressed because of the stuff around me, not because I just have some sort of chemical imbalance. Like if I'm depressed, it means something's wrong. So like when I was living over there, it was I was getting so depressed and stressed all the time. I started to get symptoms of bipolar, and it got really bad. So I would have like a super good day, and then the next day I'd be like so depressed and like just wanting to end it. And then the next day after that, I'd just be like really high energy or something, and then I just get super depressed the very next day again. It and I think I've never really had that before, like in my life, just the crazy like bipolarness. And I think that was just a sign that I just need to do something else. それができないならただ死ぬだけだ。でも家庭は生きられる。変わらなければ勝てない。そうだね。Or you perceive the external stress more. Gotta love mood swings. You do have a calmer aura around you now. I have been trying to rehabilitate, but yeah, the stress got so bad I started to be like bipolar, basically. Germany is Japan, just European. I can confirm that is not true. I went to Germany. Is that a giant TV behind you? Yes, it is. It is one of these old projector TVs. I don't know if uh Thick Jesus died. Thick Jesus is still at the apartment. Uh yeah, I don't know if any of you know these, but there's these like old projector TVs. This old projector TV my grandparents got probably in like the 90s or something. That's a Smash Bros. Melee TV. No, this TV is ass for gaming. It's a projector. It's not a CRT TV, it's a projector TV. Did you see that comment? YouTube comment about you taking a break to beat Vancouver's school for the blind in Tekken? Wait, really? Doesn't beat Sony Trinitron for accuracy, but still fun for Super Mario. I have another like CRT in the other room, but like, yeah, that one's more like a Super Smash Bros. TV. Yeah, a relic. There's a lot of just old stuff. My grandparents, they don't really throw stuff out, so they just kind of put stuff in the basement. Um, like any old things, for some reason they kind of like to hoard a lot. So this basement just kind of becomes a dumping ground for like old stuff that's not completely broken. You probably don't have a GameCube. I actually used to. I don't now. Is that Santa on the shelf? Yeah, it's Christmas decoration. Yo, is that thick Jeebus on the shelf? What? I supposed to be Santa. This does give grandparents' house vibes. Cause it literally is. We also have like the typical Asian family thing. You know, like where your parents or your grandparents just hoard rice in the basement. Like there is a whole stack of rice over there. I remember when my grandparents before there was like a sale on rice where you could just like use the receipts to like there's some sort of loophole where you can get like rice for like super cheap. So they bought like an entire wall's worth of rice. They just bought sacks of rice that stacked almost all the like halfway up the wall in the basement. I was just like, what the hell? Why did we get so much rice? They're just like, oh, we got it really cheap. And I'm like, okay. Infinite rice. Does rice go bad? No. If you have dry rice, it doesn't go bad. Oh, also, I was actually working on some new badges for people who are in the Super NEET club actually. Before I came to my grandparents, but like, yeah, I was. Does rice get lice? I do remember like my great grandma when I was like really young. My great grandma was still alive, and she would wash the rice because sometimes there would be bugs in it. I don't know. I don't really remember why. There would like be bugs in it, and she had to wash it out. I don't know what kind of bugs those were, but spoiled water. Rice does have flour bugs. Maybe that's what it was. Hi, mother. Awesome. Same bugs as in flour. Ah, I see. Do you have lice? No, I don't have lice. Why would I have lice? Lice. But yeah, I was working on some badges actually. They're based on flowers. So I was thinking um like depending on the petal of flowers means how many months you've been subscribed to it. So the the more petals, the more uh months, I guess. So you get a more like interesting flower the longer you stay. Blue lotus flower. Yeah, I was thinking of making like the last one like a lotus flower with like nine petals. I think is 9 months for the thing is the maximum you can go. But like for 3 months I have like the trillium, and then 2 months was it? It's the blue. It's there's like a blue flower with like two petals. I forgot what it's called. And then the number 1 month is like the one petal flower. So yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool. So I was working on those, but they're not done yet. Almost done though. There's like a tick breed that can literally kill you or paralyze you. You mean like Lyme disease? Is that the right one? I don't know. Can we see the two drawings back there? Okay, I will show you the paintings I painted a couple months ago. I went camping last weekend, and so I made like a quick painting, oil painting here. This was just like, this took like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. So it's it's pretty much just a gesture. It's not very detailed at all. It's pretty nice. I like the way it came out. I just went to like well, this is a very stereotypical like Canadian campsite where it's like the water, then you have like the cottages, and then like the trees, like pine trees and stuff. It's very like I didn't even really fully like the canvas isn't even like fully covered either. Like it's still a little bit translucent. You can see from the light shines through it, but that's because I didn't have much time to spend on it like to paint because I was painting on a kayak, right? So I was painting on top of a kayak. It's a little bit wobbly, but I did it and I recorded it, so I'm probably gonna post that video sometime soon once I've finished working on it. And then I have this other oil painting I worked on. This was like a couple months ago. I just got like I just got some oil paints. I just started like painting some random stuff, like some of my photos in like an interesting colors. It turned out pretty nice. I got like some cheap oil paints because I just wanted to get back into like oil painting because I've been doing like digital painting for a couple years now, and I didn't try like painting again, actual painting. Your color work is gorgeous, thank you. Kayak painting sounds hard. It's fun though. It's very calming. Vangalisa. I feel like oil paints, like digital paint has limited limitations, right? Digital mediums have limitations as in like everything's kind of opaque. It's like the issue with it, right? Is that because you're just doing pixels on a screen, you don't have like so much depth. Like there's not layers. Well, you can technically put layers, but doing like layer stuff in like digital paint is really unnatural compared to like physical paints. You can like for physical paints, you can just put washes and stuff and layer on top of layers of colors, and sometimes they'll like shine through from under, and they won't always become just completely brown. And there's also translucent as well, because like oil paints, they're slightly translucent, so you can have like a lot more depth in it, and you could do better with like skin tones and stuff. I feel is a lot easier to do with oil paints versus digital. Digital is kind of difficult to do like really soft things, because I feel like doing digital paint feels more like you're painting with like chalk or something, because it's like really harsh. Can't do a Jackson Pollock style painting in digital. It's also with like digital, you're very limited with like your brush strokes. You can't just like put your paintbrush on its side or something. It's that's not really a feature with digital, where you can, orientate your brush in any way you want in physical. Or also it's like sometimes depending on the way you hold your brush, you can either get a thinner stroke or a thicker stroke. And that's stuff that's really difficult to replicate with digital. So it's something that's like texture is some difficult in digital too. Yeah, it's really hard to get like proper texture in digital. That's something that's difficult. Do you think you'd play the new Silent Hill remake? I actually wanted to play like the Silent Hill games, but I don't know. Maybe I'd just play the old ones or something on stream, and then maybe I'd try the new ones. Oh yeah, the new Elden Ring DLC came out today. Yo, that's I was trying to beat Elden Ring so I can play the DLC, but I haven't. Instead, I've been playing League of Legends. League of Legends, guys. Guys, I'm gonna quit art and become a League streamer. What do you guys think of that? Oh, hell. I don't really have much hours in in League. I haven't played League since I was like 15. I played League uh when I was like 15 or something. I played League and got to like level 30, and then I played like a couple games of rank, and then I stopped playing. And then I started playing again. I've just been playing a lot because a lot of it was like depression coping, and I just found League to be like it. Surprisingly, League was like a pretty good depression game because it was like it's low enough energy that I don't have to think that much about it, but it's stimulating enough that I don't think about bad thoughts. You know what I mean? Do you sell your physical art or only stickers and prints? I've been doing commissions recently, so I've been doing some community posts and also like Instagram posts. Um, and yeah, I've been working on just commissions and stuff. League is so addicting; it becomes your life. Dude, we missed you. Do you still draw daily? Whenever I'm like able to, I try to do art, but like when I'm not doing very well, like I can't really bring myself to draw. So sometimes my mental health is just not good enough to draw, but like I've I've been getting a little bit better, so I started drawing more again. Do you like style of art? Yeah, I do. I like a lot of Asian art styles, obviously. Like recently I've been looking into Chinese portrait paintings and stuff. I will pay you to not to become a League streamer, I beg of you. How much to stop me from playing League on stream? Sometimes being an artist is a curse. Yeah, honestly. Rocket Man Bronson with the save. I will pay $100. Don't do it. God damn it. People really don't want me to play League. Please draw me, said everyone ever. Well, if you want me to draw you, you can email me and I can do commissions. So, yeah. Still planning on moving to Japan? Yes, 100%. We just don't want you to ruin your life. Bro, I have better things to do than play League. I won't just straight up ruin my life. The only times I play like a shit ton of League is when I have nothing better to do. And I'm just like, it's like I'm really depressed or something and I can't bring myself to do anything else. So I just play League. And then I turn the chat off, obviously. I just play League and then I farm minions. That's really all I do. Japan's scenery would be therapeutic to paint. Yeah, it would be nice, actually. Good job turning chat off is the play. Chat is really toxic sometimes in League. Although, to be honest, I've played a lot of competitive games, so I had more of my fair share of just like toxicity in online games. Especially being a girl in online games is like a really good way to get people to be like, either they love you or they hate you, and everybody has an opinion on you for some reason. Uh, yeah, basically. That, yeah. What do you want to do in Japan? Like, live there? I don't know. Chat is toxic sometimes. It was toxic one on day one. I was there, and is even worse now. Yeah, it's toxic. Everyone has an opinion on everything. It's so tiresome. Japan paperwork though. I mean, Canada has a lot of paperwork too, so it's not really something I'm not used to. Are you caught up in Drake and Kendrick Lamar of rap beef? I am not caught up on that. Last thing I heard about Drake was that someone saw it like his dick got leaked online and it was just like flop. So anytime you see something like big and long, it's you call it a Drake thing, Drake pencil, Drake rod. What else did I hear? Oh yeah, the Pokemon situation. You know, I tried to look. I tried to look up the Drake thing and I couldn't find it. It like oh yeah, the Pokemon situation. I that happened like a bit ago. Maybe I'm kind of late to it, right? You know, like whole thing basically Pokemon one of Pokemon's editors like uh admitted to pleasuring himself to footage of Pokemon, and you know what? I that is kind of weird. Yeah, that is messed up. Yeah, honestly, honestly, like I completely get it. Like she still paid his ass for another 4 months. The thing is, you know, especially when you're Pokemon and you're such a popular like woman online, she's she's probably not even surprised this happens. You know, like it's so like people being so down bad for you all the time. You what do you mean you get it? Oh, I don't get it from his perspective. Right? Like I get it from like Pokemon's perspective, obviously. Like if you're a popular woman online, you're just gonna have that happen to you inevitably, right? She's probably used to this kind of stuff. Like she gets it from his perspective. No, it's not what I mean. No. You were the Pokemon mod. Oh shit, it was me all along. No, like when you're that popular as like a woman online, you're just gonna have that happen to you, and like at a certain point, you become kind of desensitized to it. Soul Calibur stream, glad you're okay. Yo, Soul Calibur sounds like it'd be fun. Soul Calibur 2 with friends would be super fun. Thank you for the $5. Punch, punch, punch. Thank you. You can reply to super chats now. Oh, that's cool. Numb to the gooners. I mean, I'm sure I have gooners. Like, I would not doubt that I have gooners that regularly goon to me. That's just what happens when you're on the internet and you're like above like more than average attractiveness. Withering Wave Stream. I've heard of people just like praising that game a lot. Maybe I'd try it. Give the Gooners a shout out. Hello to all my Gooners. Please point at the... Hey. Hey. Stop it. Stop gooning right now. Stop it. I'm gonna slap it. I'm gonna karate chop it. Right? You know? I'm gonna karate chop it, and you don't want that to happen. No. Abortion. Okay, that's also the issue as being a girl. It doesn't matter what you do, they're into it. Took 5 minutes for the stream to get unhinged. I love it. I'm a little too unhinged, okay? I just quit gooning because I was threatening. Goon maxing. Gooners beware. Is gooning the new simping? I don't know if it's simping. What if instead of Elisa Chung, she was Freaka Chung? Guys, stop being so down bad. You know, like, when I first started doing YouTube, right, I started making, like, raunchy jokes because I thought it was funny. Because I had, like, an immature sense of humor. And then I realized some people were, like, unironic about it. Like, a lot of them were... I think most people were ironic, obviously. They got the joke. But there was a good amount of people that were just, like, unironic, and I didn't know if they're, like... I don't know how they're gonna take the joke, and so... I stopped making those kind of jokes because, yeah, it kind of, like, got really creepy with, like, how some people took it. I didn't realize I would be, like, a thing. Y'all simpin' got me cringing. She has a bench rack. No, that's not a bench rack. It looks like it's like a humping machine. I don't know why my grandparents bought this. It's probably because it was like an exercise machine that was like on sale at like Zellers or something back in the early 2000s. But the exercise you do is like, it's literally just like humping. Like, you're just doing thrusts. I don't even know what the fuck to call it. Because it's so like... thrust machine. Grandpa needs to keep going, I guess. I don't know why. It's like I can't describe the motion as anything other than just humping. Like that's literally what it like you're just thrusting like this. Freak parents. Gotta use that thrust machine as with a photo Pokemon. No, that's disgusting. No, don't goon to guys, don't goon to streamers. If they're not like sexual and they don't permit it, don't do that. Unless it's pretty obvious what the streamer wants, I think you should avoid that. Not just for their sake, but also your own sake. This is so cursed. Gooning ethics. What up, dude? How you been? I've been rehabilitating. Rehabilitating. Yep, that's what I was doing. Honestly, porn is free. Why goon to a stream? I think I think it's because they're live is the reason. Like people are into the fact that it's like live and like they have a personality and stuff. Goon philosophy. Fellas, what is the Freudian goon? I don't know where I'm going with this. I just said a buzzword and that's all I need. The ethics of gooning. Friedrich Gunnar Nietzsche. Ethical gooning. One shall only goon for the benefit of mankind. Otherwise, why shall one goon at all? Schrodinger's goon. Many beat their meat, but not many defeat it. Sun Tzu, Art of War. Oh god. Guys, is this gonna be a Lisa freak stream? You look a little happier, Lisa. Was the rehabilitation that good? It was pretty alright. It was okay. My grandparents' house is like a lot less stressful to be around. Even though before it was stressful because like I'd have like my mom come here and cause drama for like no reason. And then she'd go back and like disappear for like another 3 years to 6 months. Uh but like yeah. Tiger mom, she is not a tiger mom. She is something else. She I wouldn't say she's a tiger mom. No, don't say that. One must kill your meat with kindness. No. If your mom's a tiger, that makes your dad freaky for real. My parents have never been together since I was born. Just casually throw that out there. War is war. Nothing changes except the porn. Why you got a TV from 2003? Because it's a TV from 2003, you freaking idiot. What else does it look like? Epic TV. She can play old school games on it. Honestly, I probably have to realign like the projector on it or something because it's so blurry that like you can't read text on it. Like when I play anything that's like even like an old NES game or something, it's too blurry to really do much with it. So it's kind of like yeah, it's like that's just how it is. Is frozen. The camera froze. Oh. Oh. Did my iPhone die? I think my iPhone dead. Well, I guess. Oh. Hello? Hello? Oh, wait. Um. Wait. Hello? I don't know what happened. Oh, right. Blurry. It's blurry now. Audio is still on. Audio okay. Video nope. Do we exist? I don't think we actually exist. Guys, what else should I do? I don't know. For some reason my iPhone just stopped recording. iPhone, come on. Hello. There we go. Okay. That works. There we go. Okay, now we're back here. Curse you, Apple. W. Didn't know your hair was that brown. It's only brown in like certain lights. So like if I'm under like a fluorescent light, then my hair becomes kind of brown. But under like other lights, it's usually black. Thank you for the $100, Jesus. You've earned it. I didn't do anything. I literally just did like basically like rehab for a while. Not actual rehab. Thank you so much, N.L. Pudge. My hair is like kind of brown, but it's like under certain lights it's black. Like depending on the light, if it's under certain lights, it'll be like if it's like under fluorescent light, it will be brown. But if it's like in normal circumstances, generally it's black or very close to black. You painted a lot in your rehab? Yeah, I sure did. I did some artwork. Went to rehab. I didn't go to rehab. I didn't actually go to like a facility for rehab. I just took a break for like rehabilitation. I don't know what to call it other than just rehab. Still open to commissions? Yeah, I'm slowly working through them. In the middle of cleaning and mopping, so I need to leave. All right, have a good one, N.L. Thanks for stopping by. Fetch. Like a mental health break? Yeah, I just needed to get away from that other place I was in because it was living there wasn't great because of just the city. It was not nice. Heal the mind. Yes, artwork is a great way to heal the mind. The cockroach. Actually, the cockroaches started to go away. The building, like the building managers, they actually finally tried to like get rid of the cockroaches. They like put some some like pesticides for the cockroaches. Shout out to Toronto, gotta be one of the places on Earth. Toronto sure is a place. It's one of the places of all time. I can say that. Anyone else want to see a closer look at the left painting? I already showed it. I painted this a couple months ago. I took like one of my pictures from Japan and sort of made in this like unique style, a little bit like Van Gogh-ish. But I really like messing with just like colors and stuff. That's my style sort of thing. So it's kind of just a thing I did. It's not like super rendered or finished. It's just very impressionist. Is that a blueberry donut wall? No, it's supposed to be a rock wall. Like it's a flood barrier, right? Because in Japan they have flood barriers for the rivers. So it's like a giant just stone wall. They replace some of the bricks sometimes. But then I don't know, I just decided I was gonna give it some weird colors. So I decided to do that, and I think it turned out pretty well. Because like the stones just had like moss on it and stuff, so it looked nice. Thought it was a field of lavender. I don't know, could be interpreted as a lot of things. I also have a painting here of the basement. So I painted my NEET dungeon. Damn them guns, if I ate more I'd have muscles as big as Elisa Chung's. Don't touch grass though. I got these huge arms. Ugh. That's pretty good. Wow, great spawn point. Nice basement painting and guns. Backrooms painting. Yeah, it does look like it could be the backrooms. This was like my first time using oil paints in a while. Actually, this was my first time using true oil paints. Because I use like water-based oil paints, which is basically like smooth acrylic paints. But like, this was actual oil paints. I never actually painted with proper oil paints before because oil paints are expensive, so that's why I never use them. But now I can afford them, so yeah, I got some oil paints. Love the paintings. Love the paintings. Have you thought about scanning your physical paintings and selling prints? Yeah, actually, I was planning on doing that with some of them. Physical painting, big money hurt wallet. Yeah, like a big bottle of titanium. No, if you want I think a big bottle of a titanium white is $50. So, and even for like just a mediocre stuff, I think like the Gamblin, yeah, the Winsor Newton, the Winsor Newton oil paints, which is like pretty standard. They're like they're more like student grade, right? Just for titanium white, it's like $50, and that's really freaking expensive for a big bottle, though, to be fair. But it's still really expensive. If you want like ultramarine blue, it's like $200 for a big bottle of that. That stuff is crazy expensive. Or not ultramarine, cobalt blue. I just spent $200 on spray paints and thought that was outrageous. Yeah, it is. Like, paint is expensive. Bob Ross is turning over in his grave with those braces. I like oil paints because they have durability. Do you ever cut your oil paints with paint thinner? Like a little bit at the beginning. Like I use like Gamsol. So I use some Gamsol, uh, and then I make like a base layer of just like softer colors just to get the tones in, just to make sure the canvas isn't white. And then I just build it, like I build in my basic shapes, just sort of like soft colors. I build those in and I slowly build in my harder shapes. Eventually it comes together nicely, but yeah. I use a little bit of paint thinner for the very beginning, but generally not really. Like after the very beginning, I don't really use paint thinner so much. Did you go to art school? No, I didn't. I'm completely self-taught. I've never took like art classes outside of just like regular school, like as in art class in school, which is not like a specialized art class, it's just art class. Um, Everything else is just completely self-taught. You don't need art classes when you're artistic. Ha ha ha. I mean, like, um, I don't see the reason why you need art classes unless you're really trying to like paint in a specific style. Like for example, if you're trying to become an portrait painter, I can see you going to like art class for that. But if you want to be an actual artist that makes money from collectors and stuff, I don't see the reason to go to art schools. If you want like collectors or if you want like uh, people to do your own business and stuff, like you're probably better off taking a business class instead of an art class, to be honest. Because when it comes to like art business, right? Like show business, there's art business. Um, Most of the time, your skill as an artist doesn't actually matter that much. It more matters of if your art is marketable over anything. So your actual technical skill in art does not matter that much. It's more just like how good are you at marketing your art and is your art easy or is your art marketable, right? That's the main things that drive the price up in your artwork. Blue period. I actually started reading that manga a little bit. I had the manga. I just haven't read it, but I definitely should read it. What anime are you currently watching now? I'm watching Serial Experiments Lane. Networking is key. It's just business stuff, right? Thank you for the $5. I'm gonna go train now. Bye bye. Thank you, Patchy. Have a good train ride. Thank you. Have you seen Bochi the Rock? Yes, I have. That anime gonna be relatable for you, huh? I remember some people saying I sound like I'm referencing Serial Experiments Lane. I've literally never watched it. I don't really know much about it. But everybody keeps talking about it, so I decided to watch it. But like, uh, yeah, I watched like similar things like Welcome to the NHK and stuff. So I've NHK ni Yokoso. Yeah, I've already seen that. So it just makes sense that I'll watch Serial Experiments Lane. Not gonna lie, I hate how much of a meme Serial Experience Lane turned into. Yeah, I don't know. It's really, honestly, like, I watched the first episode, it's really abstract. I like the direction, to be honest. How it's like, um, it's really abstract, I would say. It definitely gives off a vibe. You watched Paranoia Agent? No, I haven't. Kaiju number 8 right now is also a pretty big banger. I've actually heard some people watching that. I haven't watched it. I'm usually pretty late to watching anime, to be honest. I don't watch anime when it's fresh, generally. Kaiju number 8. Maybe I should watch that. I want to watch Furin. Actually, I haven't watched Furin, guys. I haven't watched Furin. I should watch it, but I haven't. What's the oldest anime you finished watching so far? I don't know. Um, what can I think of as the oldest anime? I watched Inuyasha. That's fairly old. I watched Inuyasha as a kid. Sailor Moon. I haven't finished Sailor Moon, but like I watched like some of it. Uh, Also as a kid, I remember watching like what Ghost in the Shell, like the show. I think it's like what is it called? Like abstract something. There was like the show, like the Ghost in the Shell show. I actually have like a thing from it because I had the DVD. Where is it? Oh, I had the DVD for like the Ghost in the Shell thing. So Matoko Kusanagi. Standalone complex. Yeah, that's the one. I remember that. I remember as a kid, I was like, oh my god, she's so pretty. I like Dragon Ball Z as a kid. I like Dragon Ball Z as well. With Toko. Matoko Kusanagi is one of the best waifu. I know. I like her. I mean, like, not as waifu, but she's just cool. I don't know. I was. I. I had like a bob cut for a bit, kind of similar to that, because I kind of like shorter, like bob cut hair. Then I grew it out. Evangelion is good. Yeah, I also watched Evangelion. Oh, he's gonna goon to the No! No! I'm not a freak, guys. I'm not freaky like that. What the hell are you doing? Guys. Think you can rock the pixie cut? Honestly, I thought of it. I thought of the pixie cut. I haven't done it though. I thought of rocking a pixie cut, but also I'm also scared of people thinking I'm like an SJW or something. Not gonna lie, I think pixie cuts are like really cute. And like shorter hair on girls is like nice. But honestly, I think if I get a pixie cut here, I think people will think I'm like SJW. Try getting a fade. SJW, social justice warrior for your information, by the way. You watched Steins Gate? Yes, I actually just rewatched it recently. In Japan, girls seem to enjoy shorter haircuts. Yeah, actually, I made a friend. She's doing like a working holiday in Canada, and she has short hair, and I think her hair is like uber cute. It's like cute as fuck. I love it. I really like the shorter hair, but like, she asked me. She was like, Alisa, why do girls in Canada not have short hair? It's very uncommon here, but I think there's a lot of girls in Japan that have shorter hair. And I said, that's because girls in Canada who have shorter hair are usually SJWs or lesbians. So, real. Right wing confirmed. At least it would look so fucking cool in Yoji Yamamoto's clothes. I I know. Like I wanted to try some more Japanese fashion brands. But honestly, it's just fashion's too expensive. Maybe when I move to Japan, I'll start buying like more cool clothes like Yoji Yamamoto's. Um, Definitely also because I have like kind of like the model look, so it works. Google the manual for your TV. It should have troubleshooting information. I will accept a 1 week ban for this statement. I will only say this once. It must be the lighting or something, but you look hot. P.S. Glad to see you in a good mode. Thank you. Damn, bro. Okay. Really accepting the ban. Thank you for the $50. Bro was just accepting it. Okay. Honor to you. Thank you. It's the new hair, man. I haven't even done anything with my hair. I've literally just done nothing with my hair. Bro, I have nothing to lose. Okay, no, he has. I can assure you, I don't think he's lost everything. I think I think girls with short hair are cute, like Rebecca Chambers and Cheryl Manson. I love short hair. Like honestly, I wish more people did it. But like the problem is that if you're in like North America and you have like short hair, sometimes people might think you're like lesbian or like an SJW. And as much as I like short hair, I also don't want people to think I'm like just like a lesbian or like an SJW. So maybe if I were to go to Japan, I'd get short hair. I don't know. Why does that make you an SJW? Because it's really common for them to have like hair like that for some reason. Are you worried about how bad mental health care slash resources are? Bro, there's no mental health care in Canada either. You know, I've tried to get like a mental health therapist for like a while, and you have to pay out the ass. It's either you have to pay out the ass, or there just is nothing. There's like nothing. Like, you maybe get a counselor that's like kind of there, maybe like once a month, but it's not really reliable in Canada. So yeah, people think I'm a lesbian and I'm not even a woman. Or oh yes, the $150 an hour therapist. You need therapy to deal with therapist bills. Yeah. I haven't heard SJW in a hot minute. Thought the term kind of died out. I can't think of another word for it though. That's the thing. Like I can't think of a better word than SJW. What do I use then? Like Karen? Twitter users? Like what? Come on, man. Like what else would I call them? Woke is the new term. I guess that kind of works. Tumblr user. People don't use Tumblr anymore. Trump still uses it. I think that's where it's gotten to. Oh, really? I don't know that. I don't really listen to anything about Trump or Biden stuff. I honestly I don't I don't want to think about American politics because it pisses me off so much. And it annoys me when people try to associate me with American politics even though I don't give a shit and I'm not even American. I think you should play Splatoon, not gonna lie. Honestly, I should. God bless America. Your anger is American. It's very rare that I actually get angry, to be honest. Is more American politics discussed in Canadian news than Canadian news? Yes. American politics, like, for some reason, Canadian politicians always bring, like, American politics. Uh, Canadian politicians always seem to be bringing American politics into Canadian politics because it sells better for some reason. It's more marketable because people are so obsessed with American politics. It annoys me, so I purposely try to stay away from it at this point. Like, at this point, I realize both just like those fucking right wing podcasters and left wing podcasters, bro, they're both shams. I don't care, man. Like, even, bro, you, like, even the right wing kind of like podcast stuff, they even took Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, the stuff he used to say wasn't political at all, but now it's like really political. And I'm really sad about that. I'm like, man, why does Jordan Peterson have to be taken up into like politics? Why does everything have to become politics now? It's so stupid. I like Jordan Peterson, the stuff he said before, he wasn't really political, right? He was mostly just trying to do his thing. He was trying to, have a story. He was trying to speak his mind. He's like an artist, right? He's just saying, his thing, right? And then he had to go into politics, and I'm like, come on, man, why does it have to be that way? I much rather him just like be doing his own unique thing, like very much him. But I feel like when I'm listening to Jordan Peterson now, it's like I don't know if it's him talking or like someone else that's talking for him or he's being, brought into this like domain where it's altering like his true, feelings. I don't know. I like how he sounds like Kermit the Frog right now. I found that pretty funny. He does kind of sound like Kermit the Frog. Everything is politics. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't have to be that way. But because Americans are Americans, they think everything is politics, and I think that's dumb. Cause like, you miss the flowers for I guess what was the saying? You miss the flowers for the something. I don't know. Like you're paying too much attention to like things that don't matter that you miss the big picture. You miss the forest for the trees. Yeah, yes. That's the one. Radical centrism. I don't know, like especially because me as an artist, right? I don't like me as an artist. Generally, I would say artists tend to lean left leaning, just average. On average, they generally, right? There's a lot of things I don't agree with that other opinions that artists have. Like, but like I think that's fine, especially as an artist. You should be able to speak out because that's the point of art. Like being an artist means expressing the thing that not everybody wants to express. Bringing something new to the table, but it for some reason art has become really oppressive. I felt like art has become sort of like a narrative and you can't really do anything like new anymore because it's dangerous or like hurtful, you know? Nothing wrong with being a left-leaning artist, but don't be obnoxious about it. A lot of them are really obnoxious about it. That's why I get annoyed with them. Like especially when you look at art galleries, right? I I like to go to art galleries sometimes and see what kind of art people are creating, right? And I always see all the time they're always trying to put like identity politics into it, right? Like and that pisses me off because that's like there's a lot of space that could be used for people to bring something new to the table and it's like putting something like the point of art is to remove boundaries and barriers. But putting identity politics into art is defeating the whole purpose of art in the first place. It's like, what's the point of art if you're gonna put boundaries and barriers on everything? It's uh, I love indigenous art, right? But I don't want to hear for the thousandth time in an art gallery how oppressed an indigenous person is, uh, and like how this relates to some like uh oppressed group or something. Like, man, just say something about your culture that's like cool. I think that's kind of interesting. But like, man, I don't want to go to an art gallery and be guilt tripped for just looking and admiring, okay? It's stupid. It's so stupid. I don't want to be like, I go to an art gallery to appreciate what is on like the wall, maybe some of the background behind it, but when it's like all like you can clearly tell the collector or the gallery has some sort of like ideolo ideology, right? You can tell what they're thinking and what thing artists are picking, right? You can tell when the owner of the gallery is kind of an ideologue, and it sort of pisses me off because it's just like it just defeats the point of art. You're just turning art into something that's oppressive, right? It's so terrible as people use to be able to have escapism from politics and stuff, but it seems like they just want to inject it into literally everything. Yeah. ああ、やってる。やってる。おかえりなさい、アリサ。ありがとう。ケンタロウ小林。見てくれてありがとうね。久しぶりだね。Like, honestly, I wish art could just be a thing to express yourself. You know? I was reading like a biography of Takashi Murakami and like explaining like his career and like how he like I like reading biographies of some artists sometimes because I find them like deeply relatable sometimes. But like Takeshi Murakami, uh, for example, right? He said he chose his career because it was his only choice that he could do, like he could see himself living with, right? Which I think is fair for a lot of people. Some people can't deal with working. Like I think me, especially as someone who is autistic, very few autistic people can actually work a regular job. I think, including me, something about the repetitiveness is just not good for some reason. But like, he was also talking about how the reason why he went to America to pursue art was because at the time, the Japanese art scene was very oppressive and political, and it wasn't very innovative at the time, right? But I think like I also heard some other stuff that he said that the art scene now has like a lot of rules and stuff, and it's like he was telling like James Jean, right, that the art scene has a lot of unheard of or unspoken rules, right? Climate protesters tried to vandalize Stonehenge yesterday. Deadass. Realist. But like, but there was also saying like the environment, like the art environment in Japan back then, was not very good for new artists, kind of just going in to express themselves, right? Because they didn't really see art as, that yet. It was mostly for functional reasons, which most societies they had a point like that. Like the Europeans, art was mainly to replace photographs, because they didn't invent photos at the time. Chinese art, like for portrait art, it was either for landscapes, uh, or like for decoration, or like for religious reasons, or it was just to paint pictures of emperors so that you can record, you could record it, right? Like that's fair. Like that's how art has been in a lot of history. It's either religious or political, or I guess like as in recording history, political kind of thing, right? But like the art scene now in Japan has gotten a lot better. It has gotten a lot more expressive, whereas the American art scene has become a lot more oppressive than it used to be. You know, American art scene used to be considered like art. It still is technically considered like the best in the world, right? But you had people like Andy Warhol, especially in like back in the '60s, right? Keith Haring, Andy Warhol, what else? Takeshi Murakami was starting out his career back then too, like after Andy Warhol died, I think. Um, what else? Basquiat, Basquiat as well. Like they're all just like good, right? Um, that they weren't necessarily about like creating a picture, but they're more about the marketing and stuff, which I guess it has its ups and downs, right? I should drink water. I hate Warhol. I hate Warhol. Darn you, Warhol! I feel like after the 60s, our creativity got nerfed. Yeah, honestly, it's gotten worse since then. But like since then, the American art scene has just been going down. It's not good anymore. Like you notice that a lot of the great American artists, they were from around the same era, like the 60s, 70s. That was like peak, and then it just dropped off after that. Keith Haring is the worst style. His whole style, he was white dudes though, so he got big off of it. Well, the whole point of Keith Haring was not his art per se, but it was more just like his message, right? That's the thing that made American art different from European art, which used to be it used to be France that was like the big art capital at the time, and then it moved to New York, right? After World War II, that was the first time in history where the art scene moved from Europe to America. Um, but the way Americans did it was it was less about the artwork itself, and it was more about just like the message, right? What was Haring's message? Well, first of all, Keith Haring was a gay man, right? And he had a very American message where it was equality for all. Everybody should be, have their chance. Uh, Stop discrimination and stuff like that. A lot of things that sound like a lot of the things that at the time were revolutionary, but as of now they've kind of taken over and become really oppressive, right? Same with Basquiat. Basquiat was uh, black a black man, right? He would basically just do drugs and just paint, and he came up with like insanely LSD acid trip looking ass artworks. They were really good though, to be honest, in my opinion. They were they were a mood, but also you had a lot of message that were a lot of things that for example, like the black community now would say, but that was back when it was new, right? It was revolutionary, that kind of message, right? I'm gay. I don't do crack. Uh, but like that was a new message, right? Now the message is like huge. To be honest, I honestly feel like in a lot of ways it's pretty oppressive too. Like it's become the norm and it's become, it's flipped on its head. But at the time, it was really good in my opinion, right? But yeah, Basquiat, he was friends with like Andy Warhol, right? And he was known, and Basquiat was known to just doing a lot of drugs. After Andy Warhol died, Basquiat just like became really mentally ill because, uh, he didn't have his friends, and then he overdosed on drugs and died at like 27. So that's kind of sad. I think also Keith Haring actually he died around 27 of AIDS. Thank you for the $5, Rocket Bronxon. Hey, Elisa, it's been nice stream, but I'm a head out. I'm getting sleepy. Take care of yourself. Okay, peace. Thank you. Have a good night. See ya. Bye. Uh, Keith. I mean, the kind of ironic thing was Keith Haring was also like a big advocate of like the safe sex movement and like prevention of AIDS, but he also died from AIDS. Uh, so that's kind of ironic, but yeah, like for his art, what made it so good, it was less. It was not just the art itself. That's what made American art different. Was that it wasn't just the art. It was the message behind the art, which was different than European art, because the most European art like went through. was that it went through impressionism, I guess. That was like the most unique thing about it, when it became more about like getting impressions of things instead of, you know, pure analytical like photographic artwork. Jimi Hendrix, also profound drug enjoyer, also died at 27. For some reason, 27 just seems to be an age where a lot of famous people die. Like, honestly, if I were to guess for Mr. Beast to die at any time, it would be 27. Because for some reason, throughout history, maybe not even just throughout for some reason, 27 or something seems to be like a magic number for like young men to die. It's like they, you know, the saying where it's like they burn twice as hard but they last half as long. Mr. Beast is 26. Oh no. Please don't die at 27. But like it's a lot of these people who are like super successful, but they end up like burning so hard and being so successful that they die early because of either they use too many drugs to get their success, or they overwork too much, or they, you know, they do too much that they get burned for it and they die. That happens sometimes. So if you know, I like I'm only 22, but like, you know, looking through history, through historical facts, I would say if you're around like your mid 20s and you're burning really hard, you should maybe try to lay off, or else you might have stuff happen to you. Same with Basquiat. Yeah. Oi, chibi. Oh, oi, バカ野郎、それ。何言ってんだい。チビだ。チビだって。Don't you go dying on us. I passed the 27th club 2 years ago. 冗談だよ。Wait, at least it's a 2002 baby. I'm a 2001 baby. I was born like after 9/11, like just a bit after 9/11, or a month after 9/11. Yeah, a month and a little bit. Is copying still art? I mean, yeah, I would say so. Like some like artists copy all the time. It's pretty normal. Damn, edging on Zoomer there, buddy. What? I'm very much a Zoomer. Hello, Lisa. I found your channel because my sister-in-law has the same name as you, and she is also an artist. Oh, what a coincidence. You know what's actually interesting? Recently, you know, Matthew's family, Orange Jesus, his family actually said, because like one of his aunts works for a cancer ward, right? And she has to attend to cancer patients. So she basically deals with radioactive kids, and so you can't really be in the room for too long. And if you go into the room, you need to have like the lead vest and stuff, you know. Um, but like she she was talking to this one kid, and they actually mentioned my channel. Like one of these kids in these cancer like these lead rooms, basically. It's just a room lined with lead, so that because they need to like I don't know, do something to them that makes them radioactive, so it kills the cancer. But like she said that she saw the kid like watching the iPad or something or drawing or something, right? And apparently the kid actually mentioned that she's like the kid was like, "Oh yeah, I've been watching this channel of this girl, and she's a really talented artist, and I started drawing too, or I like drawing, and I watched this channel of this really talented artist, and then she showed her the channel, and it was my channel, and like, and so like, yeah, Matthew's aunt told Matthew's parents that, and then Matthew told me, and I was like, oh damn, that's pretty interesting. I didn't realize I had that much of an impact on people, you know. It's really wholesome. I wouldn't expect, you know, my my art stuff uh would affect like cancer ward patients out of anything. Like that is really nice to think about actually. 'Cause you know, like living, especially in my apartment, it's really lonely. Sometimes I feel like I just don't have an impact on anything. Especially because YouTube is a very isolating thing to do, where it's like you're kind of just you're talking to a screen or a camera all day. It's lonely. You don't have coworkers. You don't have a team. Uh, if you decide not to show up, there's not going to be anybody there to tell you not to. I guess comments, right? You're going to get comments of people wanting to like say, "Oh, why didn't you show up?" But also, it's different when it comes from a comment versus when it comes from an actual person, right? It becomes very lonely. And so it's very isolating to be a YouTuber. I would say it's it's not the most difficult thing. It definitely depends on what kind of videos you do. Like obviously if you do like Mr. Beast style videos, those are super taxing. It's basically you are running a company. That is extremely hard work, right? There's a reason why Mr. Beast basically works 24 hours a day. But there's other people that just do like reaction channels and it's a lot easier on them, right? Uh, but depending on what kind of stuff you're doing, being a YouTuber can be either really difficult or quite easy. But the problem is that now with YouTube is that it's become so competitive that like the easy stuff has become not profitable anymore. So people have to do more hard stuff. So being a YouTuber has become a lot harder nowadays. Um, Yuya Funaba, okaeri. Tadaima. Arigato ne. Uh, do you think Japan would exacerbate your issues with loneliness? It can be a very isolating place. Yeah, it will help. Like, when I was in Japan for a couple weeks, I had no issues making friends. The problem with Canada is that everything's too far away. So you can't if you want to like meet up with friends, you have to drive like either drive or take the bus for like an hour or two. You have to find a place, and that place is probably gonna be really expensive. Nobody makes enough money to live, so they can't even afford it anyways. So they rather just not go there, or they don't want to go to your house or something, or you can't just walk outside with your friends because it's too dangerous. You know that's really isolating in Canada, right? Japan solves a lot of those problems. There's cheap places to go everywhere. Transportation's very accessible. There's tons of meetup places. There's always stuff happening. Always. Like if you can think of it, you can probably find it in Japan. Meetup groups, clubs, whatever. Just like even clubs for just some completely niche thing like Beyblades. There's probably a club for it you can find. And they probably set up meetings every week or something, you know? Where that's just not something that happens in Canada. And that's part of it's really isolating, right? Oi oi, gambare gambare mashou. It's great that Japan has different culture for each city, yet all very patriotic to keeping the country clean and fun. I mean, at the very least, it's functional, right? Uh, it's like, yeah, obviously it has its problems. Same applies to the U.S. Yeah, I know U.S. is pretty much has the same problems as Canada. Although I would say Canada has it worse in a lot of ways, to be honest, in a lot of regards. But like, yeah, it obviously Japan has its issues, but it's obviously not perfect. But it's the closest thing I can think of right now to perfect. So I might as well go, you know. Or it's like anytime I have like a Japanese friend, they always try to make sure I'm doing well. You know, they always message and keep in touch. They send letters to me, like physical letters. That is just in their culture, and it's like it's very heartwarming. It does genuinely affect me, and I do like genuinely appreciate it um, from those people. But it's like stuff like that doesn't happen in North America. Like that's just not a thing. When I was in Alabama, the area I was in didn't even have sidewalks to walk on, just roads. I usually like walking everywhere to explore places. I like to do that too. I don't have a driver's license, so that also doesn't help. But it's like I would still have the same issues even with the driver's license. My laptop's about to die. It's at 5%. I should probably end the stream now. Thank you. Thank you for watching the stream, guys. I'm so glad that so many of you came back. I'm gonna do my best to stream more often, but yeah, I'm not gonna try to push myself too hard. I'm just gonna do whatever I can. And then eventually, if I feel like my health is still fine, I'll do more. But I'm not gonna push myself too much. I don't want to, ruin my mental health. Thank you for watching. Thank you.